Okay, we are going to do a very brief presentation so that you guys better understand what the Fit for Life 28-day challenge is all about. As you know, it kicks off on Monday, which will be the 3rd of August next month. So just around the corner. Let's have a quick look at what's included. So we start out with our punch card, which you'll see we're looking for 12 workouts over your 28 days as a minimum. So 3 per week, or you can pile them into the start or the end, but that magic number is 12 sessions. There'll be benchmark testing as part of the 28 days. They call it a get out of your comfort zone is what they're referring it to, but it's basically some benchmark testing so you can gauge where you're at the start of the challenge and then also at the end of the challenge. Coaching support, obviously, at every session. We'll be doing some before and after body scans. There's nutritional support through the app and by chatting with the coaches if you've got any specific questions. There's weekly meal plans available for you, as well as the shopping list and recipes through the Train On Demand app, which we'll look at very shortly. And then there's also some winners for the people that outperform. So I guess the question, let's go straight into that. How do we enter our results for the win? And you can see here by simply sharing your story, you could win one of 3 experience gift vouchers totaling $2,000. So you can see what the prizes are there. More importantly, how do we enter? So post a video or a carousel during the Fit for Life challenge showing how training at UBX has changed your life outside of the gym. So including captions supporting your video or the carousel. Make sure you put the hashtags in there for your chance to win. And that will be drawn on the 14th of September, or maybe the following day. You can see their entries close at midnight on the 14th of September. So I'm assuming the next couple of days after that, we'll find out who the winners are. If you've got any questions on how to enter, then just ask one of the coaches and we can help you with that one. Okay, so let's have a look at the challenge overview. 3 pillars that we focus on: training, nutrition, and most important is your accountability. So we have to commit to the 3 sessions per week with our training, and we also need to do 1 outdoor session per week. Now that could be something as simple as a game of golf, or going for a walk with your dog, or a hike, running on the beach, a game of soccer, anything that gets you outdoor into the sunshine. That's a tick in our box, and just put it up on your tracking card at the end of the week. Doing some daily stretches as well is super important. For many of us, our body does tighten up from the training, so we have to make sure that muscles are healthy, and stretching them out daily is super important. There's some videos up in the club of me demonstrating a basic stretch routine, or you could do your own. Regardless, just make sure you get those stretches in. We next focus on nutrition. I'm going to go through nutrition in a bit more detail in the following slides, but all the nutritional support comes through the app. We have to look at water intake as well, obviously, and alcohol, caffeine, anything that is going to influence your goals through your diet and what you're doing in the kitchen. We need to have a quick look at it. And then finally, accountability. So we're here to help you stay on track, and the fight card that you'll be filling out is going to help you to stay on track, as are the before and after body scans is going to give you a bit of clarity on how you're performing and how you went through the 28 days. So we'll set up those. Actually, you can put your fight card in the box right now in the gym under the sign up area. Just fill one of those out and put it into the tray, and then you're officially in the challenge. And then as of next Monday, you can start ticking off those workouts. So tracking your progress, number of ways to do it, and it's interesting. So the 3 main fundamental areas is looking at body composition, so your overall weight, the amount of muscle mass, and your body fat mass. However, that can be misleading, because you might feel that you've gotten stronger in the gym, but your muscle mass hasn't necessarily increased a large amount. So there has to be other ways of tracking your progress as well. So that the main ones that we look at is your physical evidence. So are the clothes fitting better, for example? It's a really easy one to see if you're progressing in the right way. And the other one is your athletic capacity. So you might feel that your first few sessions at starting out the 28 days aren't you're just not feeling as strong as you used to, or as fit as you used to. But at the end of 4 weeks of training, you'll notice a marked improvement in your athletic capacity. So those are 2 very good ways of tracking your performance. Your progress. The body composition is fantastic, but it's important that you understand the influencing factors on the body composition scan so that you don't get disheartened if the results aren't what you were expecting. Okay, so this is how we're going to track your progress in the club. So this is what your fight card would look like. You can see there, you just got to put your tick down on the workouts, and then the comfort zone tester, which is essentially our benchmark testing. You're going to put your tick on those and your active activities. And then for those that want to, you can track your steps as well. So we're looking for 35,000 steps per week, or 5,000 a day. If you've done those per week, then just simply put a tick there under week 1 through 4. Okay, down the bottom, these are some key points to consider. You don't have to do them, but if you do them, you're probably going to get better results in your challenge. So sleep, first and foremost, 7+ hours per night. I understand some people are shift workers and your sleep might be disrupted, or you're a FIFO worker. So you're just going to have to do your best on that one. Restful sleep is really important. If you're going to bed with a bloodstream full of caffeine or alcohol, then your sleep's probably not going to be fantastic. So quality of sleep is just as important as how long you are sleeping for. So 7 hours, you should feel fully rested after you've had a sleep. Your hydration's important. You'll see there 2 liters. It's a standard recommendation for water intake for everybody for 2 liters. But you know what I drink is different to what somebody half of my size will drink. So typically with your water intake, you times your body weight by 35 to 45 mils of water, and that would give you your water intake for your body type, size rather. Okay, with nutrition, we're going to look at that shortly in the app. And alcohol, well, it's up to you what you want to do here, but zero it out completely or minimize it over that 28 days. If it's not in your bloodstream over that 28 days, you will get better results than if you were drinking through the 28 days. So take that or leave it, up to you. Mobility, when we're looking at stretches, as I said earlier, there's some in the strength zone. Just follow along on the TV and you can look at the stretches that I'm doing in there. Really simple but effective. And then meditation, very, very good for reducing your cortisol levels, reducing stress. Something as simple as sitting, focusing on your breathing for 5 minutes a day, or incorporate it into your stretching and just really dial in on the breathing and focus on the exhale, sinking further into the stretch. And you can kind of marry those two together with your meditation and mobility. Okay, so first and foremost, this weekend, it's important that you're cleaning out the pantry, get rid of anything that doesn't support your goals. So that's number 1, preparation. What do you say, the 4 Ps? Prior preparation prevents poor performance, the 5 Ps, I mean. And that's obviously a big one going into this training camp. So just make sure you're prepared over the weekend going into Monday. So Monday starts, training starts, fill out your fight cards, commit to your 3 workouts per week. That should read. 4 is even better though. Nutrition, prepare your pantry and your fridge. Have a look through the shopping list. We're going to go through that shortly. And make sure your fridge is stocked up with everything that's going to support your goals and allows you to eat the meals that you love to eat. Mindset, we're going to look at goal setting in just a moment. And most importantly, if you haven't already, join our Facebook group so you can see all the banter on there. And any sort of extra events that we do, we'll be advertising on there as well. Okay, let's have a look at nutrition. So designing your meal plan's pretty straightforward. You're just going to open up the app, which is called Train on Demand, and you're going to have a look through the meals and, most important, identify the ones that you know you would like to eat. When you're determining how many calories you should have, it's important that you're going off your basal metabolic rate, your BMR. You can find out your BMR through your body scan result. On the bottom of the body scan result, you times your BMR by your activity factor. So you can see down here, how do we calculate your caloric intake for the day? If you're sedentary, which means you do little or no exercise, you times your BMR by 1.2. If you're doing light exercise, 1 to 3 days per week, Then you're going to times your BMR by 1.375, and you can see so on and so forth. You can figure out where you sit, and then you can calculate your caloric intake for the day. However, counting calories right down to a single calorie takes the fun out of eating. So the best way to do it is to create an eating window for calories. So hypothetically, if you trained at UBOX 3 days a week, but you did some other exercises outside of the club, and that got you up to 5 days of exercise per week, then you could comfortably create a calorie window by taking your BMR and timesing it by 1.3 for the low end of that window and 1.5 for the high end of that window. That's going to give you a calorie window to aim for when you're determining your eating plan. If you've got any questions on that, come and see myself or one of the other trainers in the club, and we'll unpack that with you a bit better and make sure it's specific for you. Okay, adjusting your calorie intake. So there's a couple of basics that we can do here. For many people, they don't necessarily eat poorly. They're typically eating too much. So sometimes just adjusting the portion size is all you have to do. Maybe you just take one fistful of food off the plate each evening, and that's going to help to lower your calories and help you to get closer towards your goals. Or sometimes substituting one of your proteins, especially if you've got intolerances or allergies around that. Incorporating supplements such as protein powders, especially on the days that you do a heavy workout. That's going to help to maintain the muscle mass and potentially help you to grow even more muscle, depending on the amount of protein that you're taking. And then additional snacks throughout the day can also help as well. So there's some different things that we can do to adjust our calorie intake to help you get what you need to better support your goals. So talking about goals, when we're goal setting, it's important that we make those SMART goals. And you can see down here, we've got specific goals, measurable goals, actionable, realistic, and time specific. So I want to give you an example of what somebody might have as their goal. So you can see there, somebody's goal is to fit into size 33 pants. Is that a specific goal? Yes, it is. Is it measurable? Absolutely it is. Once the pants fit, then you've achieved that goal. Is it actionable? Yes, absolutely it is. Is it realistic? It certainly is realistic. And when exactly do you want to accomplish it? Well, that depends on what your starting point is. But we can establish a time frame to fit into a size of 33 pants, no problems at all. So have a think about your goal and ask yourself, is it a SMART goal? Really try and dial in on it. And then that's your focus for the 28 days. It might take you a little bit longer than 28 days, but you could use this as a momentum builder, and maybe in a few months you achieve that goal, and this is just the starting point. Or for some of you, it will be totally achievable in the 28 days. Okay, we're almost there, everyone. Hang on. So just looking at the app, if you haven't got that on your phone already, jump onto the App Store, download it, pop in your phone number and email address, and you will get free premium access to this app. It is full of recipes that were created by our dietitian. She's fantastic. All the food that she makes tastes very good and is super easy to follow. And it also has the calories per meal as part of the app. You can also print out a shopping list to make it really easy for you. You can design the week to be only meals that you like to eat, and then create a shopping list for those specific meals. It's absolutely brilliant. Definitely have a look through it. And you can also, if you're traveling, you can look at the exercise library and you can choose a workout that is 45 minutes, 20 minutes, 9 rounds, 12 rounds, whatever you want, and you can hit start, and then your phone will turn into the coaching screen in the gym. So never miss a workout while you're on the road, and you've always got access to really delicious recipes. Any questions on that? Just let us know. So in a nutshell, that is what we're focusing on over the 28 days. So just back to our overview. So those 3 basic pillars: training, nutrition, and accountability. All right, so let's dial in. When you're in the club next, fill out your fight card, put it in the tray, get ready. We're going to do the body scans on Thursday afternoon, Friday and Saturday, and even Monday if you can't get in on the other days. That's all. Cheers, team. See you in the club. Yeah. How do I shut that off?